When top Korean dermatologists first saw this $10 Filipino oil, they called it unrefined primitive grease. But after a strict 30-day clinical trial, those exact same elite cosmetic scientists were scrambling to file emergency patents. Right now, a single overlooked natural seed oil harvested from the volcanic soil of Bicol is quietly outperforming Seoul's most hyper-engineered multi-hundred-dollar luxury serums. In this video, we uncover the unbelievable underdog story of how ancient Filipino botanical wisdom forced Gangnam's highest-tech skincare labs to fall completely silent, and why the global beauty empire is desperate to keep this $10 secret from wiping out their billion-dollar synthetic market. To understand how shocking this trial really was, you first have to realize where Gangnam's beauty elite stands in the world hierarchy. Seoul is the undisputed mecca of skincare technology. Micro-encapsulated peptides, synthetic EGF factors, snail mucin isolates, fermented galactomases. If it sounds like a sci-fi movie, Korean cosmetic chemists have probably already turned it into a $150 glass bottle. They operate under a foundational ideology. If a formulation didn't originate inside a multi-million-dollar sterile clean room with centrifugal bioreactors, it is chemically primitive. So when a small, independent team brought raw, cold-pressed Pili oil into an elite Seoul testing facility in late 2023, the reaction wasn't curiosity, it was outright condescension. The lead dermatologists on the board scoffed at the amber glass vial. To them, raw plant oils were nothing more than heavy, pore-clogging lipids that modern lab chemistry had rendered obsolete decades ago. They dismissed the golden fluid as primitive grease, an unrefined local byproduct unfit for high-tech dermal delivery systems. They assumed that without micro-emulsification or lab-synthesized delivery vectors, the dense botanical oil would simply sit atop the stratum corneum, suffocating pores and triggering breakout reactions. In fact, several lab techs initially refused to allocate high-grade clinical diagnostic equipment to the trial, believing it to be a complete waste of laboratory time and resources. What those Seoul experts didn't realize was that they were looking at a physiological miracle forged over millions of years of natural evolution. Pili oil comes exclusively from the Canarium ovatum tree, a resilient species native to the Philippines, thriving almost uniquely in the mineral-dense, highly active volcanic soil of Bicol region. Grown in the shadow of Mount Mayon, these wild trees endure brutal tropical storms, extreme solar ultraviolet exposure, and nutrient-rich volcanic ash drops. To survive these severe environmental stressors, the Pili tree synthesizes an extraordinarily dense bioshield within its fruit and resin, a molecular composition virtually impossible to replicate in a synthetic laboratory setting. The initial dismissiveness of the Korean panel was about to be put to an absolute, uncompromising test. The protocol called for a 30-day double-blind clinical trial evaluating transepidermal water loss, cellular regeneration rates, inflammation markers, and lipid barrier restoration. The control subjects were given Seoul's premier luxury anti-aging serum, a formulation retailing at over $200 per bottle, backed by massive marketing and proprietary bioengineered peptides. The experimental group received pure, cold-pressed Pili oil. The board expected the synthetic serum to obliterate the native oil across every single metric within 48 hours. Instead, the baseline data on day 3 sent shockwaves through the laboratory technicians. Transepidermal water loss, the rate at which moisture escapes through a compromised skin barrier, dropped dramatically in the Pili oil group at nearly double the speed of the luxury serum cohort. Skin moisture retention levels spiked continuously without causing a single instance of comedogenic pore blockage. But the true anomaly wasn't just simple hydration, it was what was happening deep inside the dermal matrix at a microscopic cellular level that the dermatologists never anticipated from a raw botanical ingredient. When the lab analyzed the exact chemical profile of the Bicol Pili oil using high-performance liquid chromatography, the results left the chief research team completely stunned. Standard plant oils like rosehip, argan, or jojoba contain basic mixtures of fatty acids, but volcanic Pili oil possessed a hyper-concentrated blend of natural squalene, extremely high concentrations of vitamin E, alpha-tocopherol, natural carotenoids, and a rare ratio of oleic and linoleic essential fatty acids. Even more remarkable was the presence of residual bioactive compounds from elemi resin, a natural extract from the same tree historically used for wound healing and tissue recovery. Unlike synthetic laboratory squalene, which is isolated and suspended in synthetic chemical bases, the natural squalene found in Pili oil exists in perfect biological synergy with its surrounding lipids. Human skin sebum naturally contains squalene, but as we age, stress, and encounter urban pollution, our natural reserves plummet, leading to premature fine lines, severe dehydration, and barrier dysfunction. Because Pili oil's lipid matrix mirrors the exact structural architecture of human skin sebum, the skin doesn't reject it as foreign grease. Instead, the stratum corneum instantly recognizes it, absorbing the oil deep into the lipid bilayer within seconds without leaving a heavy or sticky residue. By day 14 of the clinical trial, the visual results were undeniably startling. Scans taken with high-resolution dermal imaging revealed that subjects suffering from chronic redness, damaged skin barriers, and hyperpigmentation were showing rapid uniform cellular recovery. The deep antioxidant profile of the Pili oil was actively neutralizing singlet oxygen-free radicals, the microscopic destructive molecules caused by UV exposure and air pollution that break down collagen networks. The synthetic serum group showed steady, incremental improvement, but the Pili oil group was undergoing what one assistant researcher described as accelerated biological repair. Panic began to set in among the senior board members of the Seoul facility. A $10 need of plant oil from the Philippines was systematically dismantling the scientific narrative that expensive synthetic chemicals were superior to nature. If the public realized that a raw, unadulterated botanical oil harvested by local farming communities in Bicol could rebuild damaged skin barriers faster than a multi-million-dollar bioengineered peptide complex, the entire economic foundation of high-end commercial skincare would be thrown into total disarray. During the third week of testing, rumors within the research center that two distinct corporate representatives from major Asian beauty conglomerates had quietly inquired about purchasing the exclusive rights to the specific harvest origin of the Pili oil. The goal wasn't just to sell it, it was to patent the extraction process, control the supply chain, and lock the raw ingredient behind a luxury price tag, turning an accessible $10 natural remedy into another $300 high-fashion serum. The very experts who had sneered at the oil 3 weeks prior were now frantically analyzing how to isolate its bioactive compounds for commercial patent filings. What makes Bicol Pili oil so exceptionally difficult for big tech corporations to replicate or synthesize in a lab is its geographic origin. You cannot simply build a green room in a lab and produce high-potency Pili oil. The trees derive their rich potency directly from the microclimate of the Bicol Peninsula, the combination of rich volcanic ash, heavy tropical rain cycles, high heat, and coastal ocean winds. The soil surrounding Mount Mayon is packed with rare trace minerals that feed the root systems of these centuries-old trees, creating a concentration of bioavailable nutrients that synthetic chemistry simply cannot copy in a test tube. Furthermore, traditional harvesting and extraction methods play a pivotal role in preserving the oil's fragile molecular integrity. If you heat Pili oil to high temperatures during extraction, a common practice in industrial mass production, you destroy the volatile antioxidants, shatter the delicate squalene chains, and denature the essential vitamins. Traditional Filipino harvesters rely on cold pressing techniques, gently separating the oil from the kernel without chemical solvents or thermal degradation. It is a slow, methodical process passed down through generations, prioritizing pure potency over industrial volume. By the final day of the 30-day clinical trial, the formal data was finalized and the final report was irrefutable. Skin elasticity metrics in the Pili oil group had increased by over 40%. Inflammatory markers associated with eczema-like irritation and barrier degradation had plummeted. Scans revealed a visible smoothing of fine lines caused by deep tissue dehydration, along with a restored, luminous skin barrier that resisted environmental stress factors far better than the synthetic control group. The elite Korean dermatologists who had started the month calling the oil primitive were forced to officially sign off on results confirming Pili oil as one of the most potent natural skin restorative agents ever tested in their laboratory. This clinical victory represents far more than just a victory for a single skincare ingredient. It is a profound triumph of ancient indigenous knowledge over commercial arrogance. For centuries, long before global beauty trends or multi-step Korean routines dominated the market, local communities in Bicol used Pili oil and elemi resin as natural medicine, soothing wounds, treating severe skin conditions, protecting against intense tropical sun exposure, and maintaining youthful skin through pure, unfiltered nature. What modern science labeled as outdated was actually centuries of time-tested biological mastery. Today, the global skincare landscape is undergoing a massive shift. Consumers are growing tired of overly complex 20-step chemical routines that strip the skin's natural microbiome and cost hundreds of dollars for marginal results. The rise of Pili oil proves that true skin health isn't about hiding under layers of synthetic silicone or hyper-processed chemicals. It is about providing your skin with bio-identical nutrients that strengthen, heal, and protect your natural barrier from within. The underdog from the Philippines didn't just pass the test in Seoul, it redefined what true luxury skincare actually looks like. If you're ready to strip away the overhyped chemical marketing and discover what raw, high-potency natural ingredients can actually do for your skin barrier, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Drop a comment below letting us know if you've ever tried traditional Pili oil or if you're still relying on expensive synthetic serums. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and we will see you in the next deep dive.